Hey, welcome back to the video. It's Coach Kia here, and in this video, I wanted to talk about the top 10 laws of power when it comes to your fitness. Now, this is inspired by the 48 Laws of Power. I highly suggest you go and read the book, catch it on a YouTube video, listen to the audiobook, whatever it is. It's a very, very informative and life-changing set of principles that you can apply when it comes to power, influence your workplace. Let's hop right in. The first top 10 laws of power coming from the 48 Laws of Power, it's pretty important. Now, hear me out, fellas. It's actually law number 5, and it's about your reputation. Now, in the 48 Laws of Power, it states, guard your reputation with your life if you have to. Why I'm starting this out as number 1 on the top 10 laws of power of fitness, because this has really got to do with the relationship that you have with people around you, but more importantly, the reputation you have with yourself. Are you somebody that constantly starts things and never finishes them, and then that leads to you feeling frustrated and ultimately down on yourself, and so you lack reputation with yourself? Think about it. Does that sound like you? What you can do is when you implement this law of power, what you're doing is you're truly building your reputation with yourself. And so if you change your mind frame of thought that, you know what, I'm living a healthier lifestyle. I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to be stronger. I'm going to be faster. You insert the reputation, and by doing so, it's going to give you the power to stick to the game plan. So when it comes to the gym, your reputation is you are healthy. You are a gym goer. You are going to be stronger. You are going to be fit. And by doing that, you are showing with your reputation by being consistent and going to the gym and eating better, having healthy food habits, and ultimately attaining your goal. You will solidify that reputation with yourself, but also those around you. And use this for an example. Say your name's Joe. Joe has always been out of shape. Joe's never been a guy that's always at the gym. And changing this reputation with the way you think of yourself, but also by implementing going to the gym, being consistent with your nutrition, progressing through hiring a coach, getting a buddy, whatever it is, you are changing your reputation, especially when it comes to how consistent you are with your game plan. And just by doing so, it will let others know and your reputation will proceed. Joe has lost 30 pounds, 50 pounds. Joe looks great. Joe's a healthy guy. Like, we're not going to invite him to go out drinking or eating at the buffet because his reputation precedes him that he's consistent in his gym habits and eating healthy. So think of that, implement that. It's law number 5, but we're putting it number 1 on our top 10 laws of power when it comes to your fitness and nutrition. Your reputation precedes you. It's very important. So guard it with your life. And we're just going to hop right in to number 2. This is something that really resonates with me because I'm big on it. I'm big on action, and I think action rewards those who are bold enough to take it. But also, it speaks louder than words, which leads us to law number 2 of the laws of power, is to win with action. Look, we all know that person that's always talking about doing things, saying they're going to do something and they never do it. One, their reputation is that they're generally full of shit. Here's one way by implementing this law. It's actually law number 9. It's law number 2 in the laws of power here, is win through your fucking actions. Stop talking about going to the gym. Don't tell everybody what you're going to do. I'm going to lose 10 pounds in the next 5 weeks. Talk is cheap. And by winning through your actions, you let your actions do the speaking for you. It's a very, very powerful tool. And if you implement this into your laws of power, you will see how game changing it is. Don't be somebody that's always talking about what they're going to do, because talk's cheap. It never does anything but waste air. So if you are winning through your actions, you'll see that these build on top of each other. Your reputation will precede you, that you stick to your word, that you follow through the promises, that you're disciplined enough to do the things you set your mind out to. And these all add to your reputation. But more importantly, you will see that you will continuously win through your actions, that you are an action taker, not somebody that's responsive to when things happen to them. Very important. Rule number 9 out of the 48 laws of power, but this is number 2 on our ranking of the 10 laws of power when it comes to your fitness. We are moving right along. We got 10 of these to go, and each of them is just as important as the last one. Of course, I had to get a list out because there's 48 of them. I had to highlight, figure out which ones I wanted to make the top 10. And it was not easy. Law of power number 3. Listen up, listen closely. This one is crucial that you implement to be successful. It's law number 3 when it comes to power. This is law number 3 in my top 10 laws of power. It's actually 10. Rule number 10 out of the 48 laws of power is to avoid the unlucky. Avoid the misfortunate and unlucky. And let me give you an example. I know everybody's seen a picture of that apple, and it's around a bunch of other fresh apples, but it's the one rotten apple. And you can see, draw you a picture, you can see how that one rotten apple, that one bad apple, put it in a group of good apples, and in no time, it starts spreading to the other apples. Now, that's a parody. That's an assimilation, but it is so fucking true. Think about it. You ever had a group of friends and you're all getting along, having a great time, telling jokes, and then that negative Nelly comes over and starts hanging out, starts bringing in all that negative energy? Next thing, it's bringing down the mood of the entire group. And this is crucial when it comes to talking about your fitness goals and being powerful in the gym, and stacks on top of the other 10 laws, the other 2 laws that we've covered so far. So when it comes to your fitness, avoid people who are constantly putting you down. Avoid people who are constantly telling you that you can't do what you set your heart out to do. Constantly avoid people that come up with nothing but excuses and are constantly judging. These are the unlucky and unfortunate people around you that are going to keep you from attaining your goal. Very powerful goal in the 48 laws of power, but this one's making my top 10. Top 10 for sure. And they're only getting more and more important. And as you see, as we progress through these laws, that they all stack on top of each other and they start compounding and they start parlaying the returns. So if you are winning through your actions, if your reputation's preceding you, that you don't take bullshit and you don't hang around the unlucky and unfortunate and the people that are constantly coming up with excuses and why they can't win and why they can't do this. Well, guess what? There's a saying that somebody that defends their limitations, they get to keep them. And you don't want those people around you because you don't want them limiting you, and avoid them at all costs. Get rid of them. Off they go. Jumping right into law number 4 of the 10 laws of power when it comes to your fitness. It comes from law number 23 of the 48 laws of power. And this was postulated by generals back in the day. What they noticed is that when you concentrate your forces, you're a lot stronger and you're able to attain the goal more efficiently. Think about it. If you're on a battlefront and you've got troops over here, you got troops over here, you got troops over here. They're fighting the front over here, they're fighting the front over here, and these guys are fighting here. You may be able to break the enemy line, maybe here, here, and here, but if this is weight loss, and this one is building muscle, and this one is strength gain, if you're trying to split up your forces and you're trying to do 3 things at once, you may do them all at some type of limited capacity. But what we've learned and what this law is postulating is that if you take your forces and you combine them as a united front and you concentrate it on your one specific goal, you are not only going to achieve the mission and achieve the goal, you're going to save a lot more time, effort, and ultimately disappointment, because all of your power, all of your energy, concentrating all of your forces to one stated goal, you are going to absolutely demolish it. Think about it. It's New Year's. It's just around the corner. I want to read a book. I want to be able to run a mile. I want to have a better relationship with my family and friends. I want to earn more money. I want to start a YouTube. I want to start a business. Oh, and I also want to get in shape. Nothing wrong with aspiring and having a lot of goals like that, but you're also all over the place. Each one's going to require time, effort, and ultimately your overall energy that's going into it. And so if you limit it to the ones you actually want to attain and maybe set a standard, all right, I got my top 3 with my health, my wealth, and my relationships. Those are different, what we call arenas in life. But when it comes to your health and fitness, you know what, this year, I'm going to lose this weight. Nothing else matters. And I'm going to concentrate my forces on that. Law number 4, which comes from 23, actual law 23, the 48 laws of power, but in the 10 laws of power when it comes to your fitness, concentrate your forces. Going into law number 5 is recreate yourself. Now this is important. Remember we talked about reputation. We talked about how that precedes you. It's also the reputation you have with yourself. If you were known for being fat and lazy and somebody who never works out and somebody that doesn't prioritize their health, you can recreate that. You can recreate that by setting those prior laws that we talked about. You set those in motion, and by changing what you do, let your actions speak for your words. You can lose the weight. You can get stronger. You can improve your looks, which is going to improve your performance, going to optimize you in all arenas of your life. Now, we talked about those arenas, your wealth, health, and your relationships. Just by doing that and sticking to these laws, you can recreate yourself. Rewrite the book. Don't let what other people label you as be something that follows you around the rest of your life. You can literally recreate yourself. And that's law 25 out of the 48 laws of power. It's law number 5 out of my top 10 laws of power when it comes to your fitness. Law number 6, taken from law 28 of the 48 laws of power, is to enter action with boldness. When it comes to your fitness, this law is crucial. If you're going to do something, do it right and enter it with boldness. If you're going to go into a weight loss program, get all of the material you need. Get you an accountability partner, hire you a coach if you have to, join a community that's going to help give you that reinforcement you need. Have the gym shoes ready, have the gym membership ready, get you a tracking watch, get you a wearable, get you a scale, have it all ready. Plan it out. Then when you do it, enter that action with boldness. That is not only going to give you all the inertia you need to get through it, you'll start seeing some immediate wins. If you just dip your toes in the water, you're just dipping your toes in the water, you'll back out. But if you got things strapped on and you're doing a polar plunge and you just jump the fuck in, you're in it. You have your plan set. You've made the commitment to yourself. You are recreating yourself and you're letting your actions speak louder than words. Enter with boldness. Law number 6. Number 7 of the top 10 laws of power is plan all the way to the end. Plan it to the end. Envision what you're trying to do and see yourself at the end of that goal. If you're trying to lose weight, I'm going to lose 30 pounds here in the next 90 to 120 days. Plan how you're going to do it. Don't just plan how you're going to jump in and start. You are going to enter with boldness, but then what do you do after that? What do you do after you do that polar plunge and you jump in the water? Are you just going to sit there and sink? Are you planning on getting in there? I plan on doing a polar plunge. I'm planning on doing it for 5 minutes, doing breath work. I'm just using this for an example. But when it comes to your weight loss, plan all the way to the end. Plan on what you will do in your little breaks in between. Plan on what you're going to do afterwards. I'm planning on losing 30 pounds. I'm going to do it in the next 90 days. I'm going to hire a coach, or I'm going to have a partner do it with me. And at the end of that, we're going to go on a vacation and we're going to show everybody in our spring break pictures the 6-pack abs. Oh, that's a terrible 6-pack. You're going to show everybody our 6-pack abs. And I'm going to change my reputation. I'm going to recreate myself. But I am planning it all the way to the end. And you don't plan to fail. Most people just fail to plan. When you do enter action with boldness, make sure that you plan all the way to the end. Law number 8 in the top 10 laws of power is to work hard, but make your achievements seem effortless. Now, this plays a lot more into your reputation and how it precedes you, also the reputation with yourself. All this means is if you do end up losing the 30 pounds, gaining a bunch of muscle weight, hitting that PR, whatever it is, make it appear effortless. Be graceful in your wins. Nobody likes a sore loser. Nobody likes a sore winner. Be graceful in what you do, and by making it effortless, making it appear effortless, this not only helps with your reputation, with yourself, and with others, but here's the thing. This is similar to what Coach Kia did, is that as I went through this journey, and then I helped others do it. Nothing wrong with being able to attain your goal, but make it look effortless. If you're graceful in your wins, if you're graceful in your losses, but more importantly, when you do this, you could be setting an example. You could be inspiring somebody. You never know. If you sit there and talk about how hard it was and all the trials and tribulations you went through to lose the weight, you could be discouraging somebody. That any one of those things that you're making seem was what made it so difficult for you to attain that goal, maybe the one limiting factor somebody else has. And by being graceful and making it look effortless and showing that you're consistent, it's going to build on your reputation, but also you can inspire somebody else. And when they get to those other steps that we talked about, when they get to getting some accountability and needing a partner and needing to rely on somebody that's gotten those results before, you can then fully disclose what you did and how you got over it. And if you set it up as something that was effortless, then somebody else that you inspire will make something that seemed like a limiting belief beforehand, that it's much more attainable because you made it look, law number 8, make it appear effortless. We got 2 more to go, and these 2 are pivotal. Law number 9, which is actually the 35th law of the 48 laws of power, is to master the art of timing. It's never a bad time to start doing something that's positive for yourself, especially when it comes to your health and fitness. But hear me out. Knowing when to push yourself, knowing when it's time to push, knowing when it's time to rest, knowing when it's time to ask for help, when it's time to hire a mentor, when it's time to get a group, when it's time to replenish what you've been lacking. Say you're in a really deep cut, you got to know when it's time to eat at maintenance. And once you can master that timing, it's going to do a ton for you. One, it'll keep you from losing time. Maybe you're pushing hard, team, no days off, and then you end up getting sick or you end up getting injured. What's that going to do? That's going to completely unrail your plans here. If you can master the art of timing, knowing when to push yourself, knowing when to pull back, knowing when to go out maintenance, when to refocus, when to rest, for every action, there needs to be an equal and opposite reaction. If you're going really hard in the gym for a couple days a week, be sure to take time to recover and compensate and then overcompensate. By mastering the art of timing, you are going to be compounding all these other laws of power that we talked about. Master timing, knowing when to push yourself, knowing when to pull back. Very, very important. Brings us to law number 10, the final law. And hey, look guys, if you find any of this helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, follow me for more. I do similar content like this. If you have an idea of something you want me to do, let me know down in the comments below. I'll be sure to address it. But 48 laws of power is something I constantly review, constantly input to my day-to-day. And of course, I'm in the gym all the time. I'm coaching clients. So I thought it would be helpful to do the top 10 laws of power when it comes to that. Lastly, law number 10 in the top 10 laws of power, it's actually law number 37 in the 48 laws of power, is to create amazing spectacles. Now think about your journey in you. If you're planning on losing 30 pounds, you're planning on having a 6-pack, you're planning on hitting a PR, create a spectacular spectacle for everybody to see. Have that amazing before and after. Share your transformation with others. Share what you've learned. Share your journey with it. Like I said earlier in the video, you could inspire somebody else. You could teach somebody else. And by doing so, this is going to add to your reputation with others, but also with yourself, your sphere of influence. And guys, I'm telling you, when I lost the weight, it's led to so many different opportunities, not only for myself, but for me to be able to help others. And all I did really when I started my journey is I didn't tell anybody about it. I let my actions do the speaking for me. And when I finally lost the weight and it helped me build up that confidence, the first thing I did was I shared a before and after photo, and it got millions of views. And it led to people hitting up my page, asking me what I did. This is really before I wanted to become a coach. I had no clue that what I did would inspire others to want to do the same, but more importantly, reach out and get accountability or get coaching for it. And that's what I did, is I created an amazing spectacle to inspire others, but also to get them to see that it can be done. It can be done, that before and after. Create compelling spectacles. Let that be your proof. Let it be your inspiration. Let that be the record for everybody that's wanting to follow suit or that you may inspire. So I hope you found this video helpful and informative. It's the 10 laws of power when it comes to your fitness. We pulled this from the 48 laws of power. Highly suggest that you read that book or find it in an audiobook form. There's plenty of videos on YouTube you can watch to do it, but apply these laws of power to your fitness and watch it change your body. But more importantly, watch it change your mindset in everything that you do moving forward. This is Coach Kia with Tattoo Fitness. Go ahead and like, subscribe to this video, leave me some comments, leave me some feedback down below, and we'll catch you on the next one.